Previously on Meerkat Manor, Flower accepted Axel, a young pup from their rivals the Zapper, into the family. Shortly after saving her pups from a deadly snake, she died, plunging the Whiskers into a new era. Life without Flower. It's midsummer in the Kalahari, and the once parched desert has blossomed. The rains that triggered this magical transformation have ensured that the harsh start to the year is now a thing of the past. The Whiskers are facing a future without Flower. In her lifetime, they grew to supergroup status with over 40 individuals. They've become one of the most successful families ever to grace this corner of the Kalahari. But how will they fare without her leadership? Flower's death 5 weeks ago resulted in a power struggle between her eldest daughters as they jostled for the top job. The power vacuum was eventually filled by Rocket Dog, who now has the future of the family in her hands. It remains to be seen whether this inexperienced youngster has got what it takes to lead such a large family. Maybelline, who was also in the running to become group leader, will have to fall in line behind her sister. With so many pups to care for in the family, the last thing the Whiskers need is internal strife. Summer is the best time for foraging, but with only 2 months left to run, the group has to get moving while the going is good. Flower's death will arguably have a greater impact on Zapper than anyone else in the family. In their 4 years as the dominant pair, they jealously guarded mating rights at the Whiskers. But now, with Flower gone, Zapper is unable to mate within the group, as the majority of the Whiskers are his offspring. So there is little reason for him to stay. But 5 weeks on, and Zapper is still here. He's been trying to find other ways to contribute to the family's welfare by spending his days scent marking the group's territory. And when he's not spreading the family smell, he's keeping watch while they forage. In recent weeks, he's increased the amount of time he spends on these activities. This may be because summer provides the best time of year for young roving males to ply their trade. Used to protecting Flower's virtue from these pesky opportunists, he's well skilled at seeing off rivals. Zapper's chasing away of potential suitors is not to the advantage of Rocket Dog. She needs an unrelated male to come into the group. But for her father, Zaphod, old habits die hard. Back at the burrow, the newest members of the Whiskers have arrived in the shape of Daisy and Maybelline's Pups. After falling pregnant to Zapper roving males, they gave birth to 7 pups 2 weeks ago. It's been a long time since there were this many pups in the Whiskers burrow, and for first-time mum Maybelline, they're quite a handful. But when the rest of the family return for the night, things get even tighter. With over 40 members, the Whiskers are at their most numerous. With everyone trying to bed down for the night, this burrow is bursting at the seams. And when you have 7 pups confined to the den for the foreseeable future, things aren't going to get any easier. With barely enough space to swing a cat, it's going to be another uncomfortable night at the Whiskers. The next morning, everyone's up early, but instead of warming themselves in the sun, there's an irritating problem that needs to be dealt with. It seems that 7 mucky pups and the cramped living conditions have turned the burrow into a paradise for parasites. With the real possibility of infection or disease breaking out, this burrow is no longer fit for meerkat habitation. Grasping the situation, Rocket Dog instigates an immediate den move. Risky at the best of times, with 7 pups to transport, it's fraught with danger. Even Flower might have hesitated at such an ambitious undertaking. To ensure that there is no chance of the pups going missing, Rocket Dog carefully scent marks everyone in turn. The last time she was in control of the group, 2 of Flower's pups, Wren and Stumpy, died. So this time, she's not taking any chances. This is going to be the first real test of Rocket Dog's leadership. But no sooner have they left the burrow than there's a problem. Maybelline is reluctant to leave. As a first-time mum, she's anxious about moving her pups. Pookie and Cruz try unsuccessfully to encourage her to leave. And when McMurphy tries to take the pup from her, a squabble breaks out. Rocket Dog tries to take control of the situation, but Maybelline strikes out at her. While she's been distracted, more squabbles break out. Without her overseeing the move, no one's sure what to do. In the confusion, some of the pups are dropped, and the whole den move starts to descend into chaos. Overwhelmed by the situation, Rocket Dog resorts to scent marking the burrow in a futile attempt to regain control. Watching this appalling nightmare unfold is Zaphod. A veteran of many a den move, he tries to help his daughter by moving Pups in the direction she was leading the group. But there is only so much he can do. With Pups being scattered across the desert, Rocket Dog's den move is completely out of control. If she doesn't salvage the situation quickly, more Whiskers pups could die under her command. After starting as a complete disaster, Rocket Dog's den move is now under control, thanks to the timely intervention of Zaphod. Having been on the move for most of the day, they've covered over 4 kilometers. Hopefully the burrow that she's earmarked will be worth the effort. It's situated on the far side of their territory. A large, rarely used accommodation with plenty of space for a growing family. But like any too good to be true des res, there's one drawback. Ground squirrels and meerkats use the same burrows, but never at the same time. This embarrassing double booking has got to be sorted. Outnumbered 5-1 by the Whiskers, for the ground squirrels, the writing is on the wall. After the briefest of standoffs, their tenancy is terminated. Mitch is first to check out their new home, and with no sign of danger, the pups are quickly led below. They've had a long and exhausting day, but now they can settle down in their new, spacious, parasite-free home. After the earlier chaos, Rocket Dog's luck seems to have changed for the better. All that's needed are a few minor DIY adjustments to the entrances to make it a home. While she and some of the adults busy themselves, others anxiously survey the surrounding area. Although she has secured a bigger burrow for the family, bigger doesn't always mean better. Tomorrow they'll find out whether the quality of the foraging here matches the quality of their new accommodation. The next morning, the group is out on a voyage of discovery around this rarely visited part of their territory, and there are a few new sights to see. Designed for farm animals and the weary traveller, a nearby water trough warrants a closer look. Although meerkats get all the moisture they need from their food, a chance to quench your thirst shouldn't be passed up. Alas, there is always someone who can't handle his drink. And today, it's Jogu. Curiosity didn't kill the cat this time, but he'll be more careful in the future. As well as water on tap, this area is proving great for foraging, with plenty of tasty morsels for all. Rocket Dog's decision to move the family to this area has paid off, and today there's an added bonus. If a roving male happens to pass by, she might just get lucky because Zaphod isn't around. He's back at the burrow, babysitting. Not a task that comes to mind when thinking of this proud, dominant male. He hasn't babysat since he was a subordinate over 4 years ago. For one so used to being at the heart of any foraging trip, it's a huge change of direction. Without a clearly defined role in the group and no partner to mate guard, guarding the pups is one way for Zaphod to make himself useful within the new-look Whiskers. It's late afternoon and the Whiskers are coming to the end of a successful day's foraging. Rocket Dog still hasn't had any luck attracting a roving male and has resorted to comfort food. The only unrelated male in the vicinity is little Axel. Born a Zapper pup, remarkably, he was adopted into the Whiskers shortly before Flower's death. And it seems he's now a fully fledged member of the gang, happiest when mimicking Mitch, the family's super sentinel. But today's lesson in observation holds a surprise for young Axel. Shadowy figures are appearing in the distance. While Mitch stares in the opposite direction, yet more come into view. It's the Zapper gang, Axel's former family and the Whiskers' mortal enemy. The Whiskers are a sitting target. Too young to know what this massing of forces means, Axel fails to raise the alarm. At last, Mitch spots the charging army. Rocket Dog has only seconds to decide what the family does now. It's fight or flight. She chooses flight. Under Flower, the Whiskers never lost to the Zapper. Back at the burrow, Zaphod, the one member whose help could have made a real difference in this sorry state of affairs, is having a battle of his own. Their burrow is situated right next to a colony of sociable weaver birds, and they've just woken up. The cacophony of 100 breeding pairs is enough to try anyone's patience. In Rocket Dog's hour of need, Zaphod's absence has cost the group dearly. As the oldest and most experienced member of the family, the Whiskers need him battling out in the field, not battling with noisy neighbours. Spurred on by their initial success, the Zapper are still up for a fight. Rocket Dog has no choice. If they continue to run, the Zapper will chase them clean off their land. Flower would never have allowed the Zapper to do this to her family. Rocket Dog launches a last-ditch counterattack, and this time, there's no going back. Mitch and McMurphy target Houdini, while Rocket Dog and Sophie head straight for Punk. Tactically, it's a brilliant move. With their dominant pair seen off, the rest of the Zapper scatter. Against the odds, Rocket Dog has snatched victory from the jaws of defeat. It's the first sign that she may live up to her mother's formidable reputation as a great leader of the Whiskers. Later that day, Rocket Dog triumphantly leads the family back to the burrow. Unaware of the day's events, Zaphod is just happy to be relieved of his babysitting duties. It's been a big day for Rocket Dog, but her success further underlines the problem of Zaphod staying within the family. Having proved she can win battles without his help, all she needs now is to prove she can keep the family growing by producing pups of her own. But there is only ever room for one dominant male in a group. Life is moving on at the Whiskers, and Zaphod may soon have to do the same. Next time on Meerkat Manor, Zaphod is finally forced to leave the family. And while the group tries to come to terms with his departure, he's confronted by an old adversary.